Well, House Bill 454 is a bill that would require the county clerk, before accepting a deed for recording, to determine the purchase price and to collect a tax that's related to the purchase price and to indicate on the deed how much tax was collected.
In my opinion, it's a bad piece of legislation, and it would not do what the authors purport to do.
The ad valorem tax falls most heavily on real property, and the purpose of this is to allow the tax assessor to get an indication of market values as determined by sales prices.
How do they do it now?
Well, now it's strictly guesswork on the part of the tax assessor.
I agree, in the hands of a professional tax assessor, it would be a tool, and they would recognize it as a tool only among a number of tools. The problem with the bill, we have over several thousand unqualified tax assessors in this state that would use it as a crutch and would use it improperly, and it could lead to unequal taxation.
You take an FHA or a GI loan, when the purchaser buys it and takes out the loan, since he pays a minimal down payment, the deed would tell everything because it would recite the mortgage and tell how much the mortgage was. On a commercial or an industrial piece of land or a land speculation deal, that information may or may not be available from the deed. And the effect of this, in my judgment, is that homes, residences are paying most of the real property tax, or they're paying a disproportionately high part of the real property tax.
But one of our largest tax bases, ad valorem-wise, in the state is industrial tax base, where you practically have no turnover. And when you do, it's usually as a going business. And the property, land, and a building sold as a going business is worth one thing, and if you were to take out the plant and equipment, close down the business, and sell that same piece of land and building, it would be an entirely different price.
Does he suggest an alternative?
No. No suggestions made other than beefing up the personnel in assessing offices and getting out on the street and pounding the pavement and going door to door to make assessments. And ideally, perhaps that's the way it should be done, but from a practical standpoint, there's just not enough money, there's not enough manpower to do it.
Well, I don't think it would lead to, as the authors have been quoted, as leading to wholesale tax equalization. For one thing, no matter whether the bill passed or not, you still wouldn't get at the problem of tax equalization within taxing jurisdictions.
Why not?
And that's the big problem we have now, because in a suburban urban area like City of Richardson, the Richardson Independent School District, we have professional tax assessors revaluing property on a every 3-year basis. You go into another county, or 235 counties in this state, and they may not have professionals. And you get into local politics with respect to equalization of taxes and certifying tax rolls.